Kate, you got smashed again today. The football I'm talking about.
Could be worse. We could have been Man United, let's be fair. But yeah, look.
Damn, she just punched you back. Let's go.
You get a football for that.
WK in the chat. Let's go.
Sometimes you have to just put your hands up and say that we was outclassed and outplayed, and they're a much better team than we are. You know, I'm not going to use the excuses of the injuries. We've got injuries everywhere, but I still think that even with a full team, we're struggle against this team. They look incredible. Best team in the land for me. And, you know, I respect Ange, but, you know, this is what happens when you play that way against a team like that. When we've got our two best centre-backs, basically the equivalent of a Gabriel and a Saliba out, and a David Raya. So, you know, we've got an 18-year-old at the back in Archie Gray, who didn't do bad. We've got Dragusin, who is learning his trade, if you like. And we've got Forster, bless him, who's shot to pieces because of his 2 goals that he gift-wrapped in time for Christmas to Manchester United last week. So, look, it's just one of those times you've got to put your hands up. There'd be people screaming for Ange out, but all those people that are screaming for Ange out are the same ones who said we'd get absolutely annihilated by Liverpool today. So what did they expect? I don't know what else to say, really.
No, listen, I hear where you're coming from. And I know we've had a lot of conversations about it. It was a result that many people kind of expected, especially with the form that Liverpool have been in. I know they've had a couple of results where they weren't quite at their best, but I was really hoping that would continue today. But in my heart of hearts, I was trying to put out the positive energy. Come on, Spurs, get a win. But I was saying it through bated breath. I just knew what was going to happen today, which is unfortunate. But I do agree with you. The idea that if you just sack Big Ange, you're going to become this much, much, much better team in the long term, it's ridiculous. And my own fan base has it. But they have it now. And, Terry, you said if we sacked Ten Hag, we'd get better. I'm like, why are you twisting my words? I said we had to sack him and get a new manager. By the way, we had to give him a pre-season, which we didn't. But I've said it's going to be years. There's been many ups and downs. The problem is, I think, especially in the social media world now, there's a lot of people that they're like reductionists. So they try to make more complex issues sound basic. Sack Big Ange, we get better. Sell Marcus Rashford, then we good. That's how I hear it now. It's just that it's almost like listening to a 3-year-old break down football. If you think Big Ange leaving is going to make Spurs world beaters, you're a fool. You're an idiot. If you think that one play, like when you're a really good team, if you take Arsenal right now, who are a very good team, generally speaking, and you put another world-class attacker in their team, it is fair to say that they could go to another level as a football team because the structure, the shape of the team is already there. You put a world-class player at just one at Man United right now, he'll have great games and help us. But as a team, we're still going to have loads of moments where it goes wrong. How do I know that? We've signed loads of brilliant players in the last 11 years. Loads. Absolutely shed loads of top-class players, thrown them into a team, and it hasn't ever worked. We've done it with managers. You guys have done exactly the same at Tottenham. Maybe not the same level of player you've bought, but you've gone from manager to manager to manager. Nothing's changed internally, but yet every time your fan base thinks, sack the manager and we'll be okay. It's so confusing to me, Kate.
The thing is, if we sack him now, we're going to end up with Ryan Mason for the end of the season, and we've seen how that goes. So what's the point? I get it if, it comes to the end of the season and it's been a disaster and we've not won anything and we're sitting in 11th spot at the end of the season, it's been horrendous, then yeah, have a plan and bring someone in. But don't sack him now and put Mason there. I'd much rather give Ange the rest of the season, see where it goes. I hate losing. There's nothing I hate more than losing. But it's bloody entertaining. I've got to be honest. I was literally... It's like the Man United game the other day. I thought I was going to have a heart attack on at least 3 occasions. And I do like that style of it. But just sometimes I wish we could watch a game comfortably. Much like when we played Man United the first time and beat you 4-0. Watch it and just know, no matter what, we're going to win. And it was the same with Man City, really, to be fair. Albeit they were they're still going through a bad time since Ange broke Pep. But look, it's just so tight. It's just so tight watching Spurs.
You probably should be given an award for that as a club, to be fair.
I believe, we need a trophy. So that could be our trophy for the year.
Are you looking forward? Are you looking forward to back-to-back games against Liverpool in the semi-final?
No one looks forward to playing Liverpool today. Come on, but all I'm hoping we should have Romero and Van der Ven back by then. We won't have Vicario back, so we still have the tree and goal. But look, you never know. We might get a Christmas miracle in the new year and get through to the final. You don't know, but look, I don't think it will be 6-3. I think it will be much tighter because we will have more of our players back. Please God. But no, I
think
didn't
like
matter who.
3-1.
Yeah.
What to us?
Can you imagine? But you never know. I do think it depends a little bit on the team that Liverpool puts out.
Exactly.
The game load and stuff like that. So you'll play a strong team. But I don't think you're going to play the team that played today.
No, I think they'll concentrate on the league and put a slightly weaker team out, maybe.
Yeah, I think we will. Look, ultimately, we've got bigger. I don't want to say bigger fish to fry.
We've got bigger fish to fry.
That was a quote. That was a quote. So don't clip me. But
AJ.
Just following on from what Kate was saying about entertainment. Obviously, look, the fact that we won makes it easier, much easier for me to say. And we all know the context as well of this particular game because Chelsea dropped points and Arsenal, they haven't capitalised in recent weeks. But I really, really enjoyed this game of football, and I didn't want it to end. And I tweeted, and it was a bit silly. I was like, I'd take giving away a goal if we could score another. As it turned out, we gave away 2 and scored 1. But obviously, we had the luxury of doing that. But just from an entertainment point of view, and we all got into football because we enjoyed it. We played it as kids, or we enjoyed watching it as kids, or whatever the case may be. Outside of all the whole, going for trophies and top level football. It was just a really fun, enjoyable game. And it was very open. And Spurs were giving away chance after chance. And, we missed some sitters. But it was just fun today. And sometimes it's nice to have a fun football game.
No, yeah, I mean, if you look at it's 3, if it was 3-0 to you instead of 6-3, you would think, that's not really a whitewash. And it flatters us, the scoreline. That's what I'm trying to say. You could have beaten us by 8 or 9. It was just... Particularly the first half was an absolute onslaught, but it is entertaining to watch us. But I just would rather that we won as well.
Yeah, or it weren't your. I enjoy watching Tottenham. They don't make the games fun. Ricky here says, in 28 years of watching football, Henry is beyond just stats. It's what he did and how he did it. Ironic that Spurs fans want to have this discussion more than even Liverpool fans. Bitter club, bitter fans.
Do you know what? I said on my channel, Henry is one of those players I loved watching, but I actually enjoyed watching Bergkamp more than Henry.
But this is also part of the conversation as well. And another